So my friends over at Rockstar Intel went to London's Comic-Con that happened this weekend, and there was something really cool going on there. Obviously, the whole event was awesome, but the three main characters from GTA 5 and their voice actors, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, otherwise known as Ned Luke, Steven Ogg, and Shawn Fonteno, they were all there. And they were doing meet and greets, they were meeting fans, they were hanging out with people, they were doing panels and answering questions, and their big main panel that lasted about an hour, Rockstar Intel was actually there. And the three main characters talked about a lot of interesting topics. Now, if you want to watch the full video, which I highly recommend you do, these three guys are hilarious in person. They're swearing at the guy who's hosting the whole thing. They're having a lot of fun with the audience. I'll leave a link to the Rockstar Intel article in the description. You can watch the entire thing for yourself. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the highlights and the cool things that those three main characters talked about, which includes GTA 6, the Mount Chiliad Mystery, and a whole lot more. So the first 20 minutes or so of the panel, it was the moderator just sort of talking to the three actors about their experience here in London. You know, what have they been doing after GTA 5? But the real good stuff comes from the Q&A portion, which starts around minute 20. And the first thing that they talk about actually comes from Shawn Fonteno, who was talking about how him and Lamar, or Slink Johnson, had a bunch of swear words removed from GTA 5. Like a game that's all about crime and violence, they were saying too many swear words. Take a listen to him talking about that right now. It's really funny.
To be able to create, because that's what you want to do.
But then I found out that at the end of it that me and Slink, who played Lamar, just our shit alone, I was told they had to take out fucking 15,000 niggas that me and him was fucking saying because we went fucking crazy. But that's just how we talk. We don't mean it in a racist way or nothing like that. That's just how we grew up. My nigga, my homie, my dog. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we communicate with each other. So they came and told us they had to take out that many NIGG words and fuck words and cuss words that me and him was translating and had us go back in and clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing that surprised the hell out of me, is it wasn't usually until, you know, it wasn't the motion capture, but when you went in to do the car dialogue or pickup lines, and we did a whole session of, there was only a certain number of fucks you could say. I was like, really? We're killing people, we're doing this, and someone's worried about having too many fuck words in this? But it was true, and the C word, which I personally love, and Americans have a different reaction to it, but in England, I know I've been spending too much time here. When I go back to America and I drop the C word just like you say bitch, and over there it does not fly in America. But I love the word.
So as you heard straight from Shawn Fonteno, Rockstar had to remove over 15,000 instances of him and Slink Johnson swearing or using words that they didn't want to have featured in the game. I just thought that was hilarious. Like, there are so many swear words in GTA 5, and it's amazing how many more there probably would have been if Rockstar had never moderated Solo or Shawn Fonteno. I thought that was really funny, and that's just from him alone. Imagine all the other words that Trevor says, that Michael says. I mean, there were probably so many swear words in this game, and it's probably only 10 or 15% that made the cut, which is really astonishing when you think about it. So that's the first thing that was revealed right there. Pretty funny stuff. The next thing that's interesting actually comes from Ned Luke. Someone asked Ned Luke a question about the Mount Chiliad Mystery, and his response was quite interesting.
And I was wondering if you confirm or deny the mystery has been found or is still waiting to be found.
Really? You're going to ask me about the Mount Chiliad Mystery?
Yes.
All right.
What is the Mount Chiliad Mystery, for those of us who don't know?
We're going to solve this, okay?
I don't know what it is.
It's the mystery at the top of the mountain right now. All right, so everybody get out your notepads.
Still don't know.
Here's how you solve the Mount Chiliad Mystery. You go down to Del Perro Pier. You swim out 35 miles. You dive down 78 feet. Not 77, not 79. 78 feet. There you'll find the answer.
Wow, so did Ned Luke just reveal how to solve the Mount Chiliad Mystery? He said, go to the Del Perro Pier, swim 35 miles out, which you guys know like is not even possible. 35 miles off the shore, like you would not even see land at that point. And then go precisely 78 feet down and you'll find your answer. You just know that someone is going to try this and someone is going to like try and actually figure out what to do. If this was a little bit more realistic, I might try and do this, but obviously going 35 miles out, like that's not even possible. So pretty interesting stuff right there from Ned Luke regarding his analysis of the Chiliad Mystery. And what's kind of funny is he has been the most vocal out of all the three main characters about like the jetpack, about the Chiliad Mystery on his Twitter feed and his Instagram. So he's always poked fun at this. So it was pretty cool to see his response to the whole mystery right there. The next question that's asked for the three actors has to do with a story mode update or a single player DLC expansion. And I thought this was a really good question because, you know, obviously the main focus of Rockstar has been on Grand Theft Auto Online. Almost nothing has been done to story mode. And it's kind of cool to hear what these actors have to say. So take a listen to this right now.
So I'd just like to ask, so obviously we all love the game, love the story and characters, but we've always wanted to see like another expansion to the game where we see you guys, story mode. It seemed the focus has just been in these 4.5 years has been the online mode. So I just want to ask, on your part, has there ever been like a push to do some more content for the game?
Have we pushed to do more content?
That's right, yeah.
You can't really push. Rockstar's got to do what Rockstar does. If they want more content, they'll bring more content. There's a lot of people in this crowd. Y'all should be DMing them if you want it. You know what I'm saying? So the answer is no. I don't push for it, and I'm sure Steven and Solo don't really push for it. Rockstar is, they're a very successful company for a reason. They do what they do.
But I'm still ready to do DLC, so I think we all are. So, Rockstar, if you hear me.
Does anybody want DLC? Does anybody want it? That wasn't very ready.
Even after 4.5 years, I'm still fucking ready, and I think y'all are ready too, still for the expansion of the DLC.
So we didn't get a ton of information here. Obviously, the actors can't really say a lot. They might be under NDA. They might just not know anything. But what's interesting is kind of what Ned and Shawn Fonteno said, that if Rockstar calls, like they're ready to do more DLC. Like they are super excited to, expand on the story of Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, which I think is really, really cool. And I think it's nice to see the voice actors really passionate about coming back and sort of completing this project, if indeed they're called upon. But it doesn't look as if like they revealed any information. And unfortunately, it doesn't really sound like anything right now is in the works, which really shouldn't surprise us considering RDR2 is right around the corner. And really the final big thing they talk about is about GTA 6. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. The question is a little bit awkward and it's kind of hard to understand. Essentially, he asked if like the three main characters would be all spread out around the entirety of the United States. So this would be under the assumption that GTA 6 is going to be the entire US. It will feature the same main characters from GTA 5, and they kind of come together and you get to explore the world. And I'm not going to lie, the answer is a little bit awkward. I'll just let you guys take a listen to it right now.
Just thinking with the content question that came before me, how about you guys actually start off Grand Theft Auto 6 and you go to 3 different corners of America and you actually start your own cruise?
Can you repeat that for us?
So you'd start Grand Theft Auto 6 and you'd be in 3 different crews. So you'd be in 3 different corners of the country and you'd be starting your own teams to get to see different parts of the American culture.
Okay, so you're in Grand Theft Auto 6. What would you guys think about the game starting off in 3 different corners of the country with each of you running your own 3 different crews? That way we get to see more of a picture of the US. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
You're thinking that's what's going to happen in 6?
That's what I think so. That's why I think the downloaded
All right.
content's not being talked about.
Well, DM Rockstar, they're at Rockstar Games, and let them know that that's what you want to have happen. And I'm sure they'll fucking listen because they want to make a map of the whole country too, I'm sure. I think that would be awesome, man. Could you imagine being able to go anywhere you wanted to go in the country? That would be awesome.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
So I think it's safe to say that Ned Luke, Shawn Fonteno, and Steven Ogg probably won't be featured as main characters in GTA 6. I'm sure Rockstar is going to go in a different direction. But what Ned Luke says is kind of interesting. He says, I'm sure Rockstar would love to do a map that encompasses the entire United States for GTA 6. I've talked about that in previous videos, and I do think that would be pretty cool. One thing I think is kind of funny is like Steven Ogg says almost nothing during all these questions. It's like he has no answers for this other than just small conversation like, oh, that would be cool. He is definitely by far like the biggest mainstream actor now. He's appeared in Westworld and The Walking Dead. So I'm sure his schedule is like pretty busy now. But regardless, I think this was a pretty interesting question. And Ned Luke sums it up pretty best. Like DM Rockstar, like what can he say on that? He really can't say anything at all. Anyways, as I mentioned earlier in the video, if you guys want to take a look at this entire Q&A panel for yourself, it's about 50 minutes long. It's really cool. If you're interested in the voice actors from GTA 5, getting their perspective on the game, what they're doing, their plans for the future, and a whole lot more, which I highly recommend you check out. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's on Rockstar Intel. It's really cool stuff. Either way, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.